Hey, this is Matt again, or your sports station, and today I'll be addressing the New York Knicks and how they have been playing as well as they have, and whether or not I think they are a legitimate threat to the Miami Heat's chances of repeating. And one thing I would like to say right off the bat is that my point in doing this commentary is not in any way to bash on the Knicks or really even crown them the champs just yet. I just want to kind of dissect the team and how I think they have played thus far into the season, as well as how I think their roster matches up with the rest of the Eastern Conference and really the league as a whole. Another question to ask yourself is, does having Amari Stoudemire out help the Knicks' chemistry at all? Which is another topic I'll be addressing, and I'm very excited to kind of dissect this Knicks team a bit today. It is true, for the first time since the 93-94 season, the New York Knicks started the season 6-0. They're now 7-1 on the season and off to an amazing start. I do think, however, we need to hold off a little bit on crowning them the East champs just yet, like a lot of NBA fans have, until we really have a larger sample size. But, let's wait until after the All-Star break at the very least. But, so far they're playing amazing. Let's look at some of the team statistics thus far for the Knicks, which I'm extremely impressed with. The Knicks are 7th in the entire league in scoring at 100.5 points per game, and 1st overall in points allowed per game at 90 given up a game. When you score the ball that well and play defense that well, that's a sign of a great team. But also, I want to take a look for a minute at some of the teams they've played so far and some of the wins so far that they have. In my opinion, they have only had, really 2 wins against really quality opponents who were healthy. And don't get me wrong, these 2 wins were huge. In the 7 games, they gave a beat down to Miami in the first game. They won by 20. And then they beat an Andrew Bynum-less Philadelphia team twice. The Dallas Mavericks, without their best player, Dirk Nowitzki. They beat the Orlando Magic, who, let's just to put it nicely, are in rebuilding mode. They had a very impressive win against the San Antonio Spurs. That's a huge win on the road. And then lastly, they beat the Indiana Pacers, who were without Danny Granger, but still a solid team. So they do have some huge wins against some of the truly elite teams in the league, which I'm very impressed with. But, in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, I really only think they've beaten 2 contending teams that were healthy. But, and a lot of people are focusing on the Heat win by 20 to open the season, and they're thinking, this surely is an indication of what they will do in the playoffs, right? But I have to say, we need to wait a second on that. The regular season is not nearly as important as so many people think it is. So, I'll give a few stats which will help my point. Last year, as we all know, the Miami Heat won the NBA Finals. They beat the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals and the Oklahoma City Thunder in the Finals, which we know. But in the regular season, which a lot of people don't know, is that the Boston Celtics won the series against the Heat 3-1. And in the first game the Thunder and the Heat played in the regular season, the Thunder won by 16. So, the Heat ended up obviously beating both of these teams come playoff time when the games really matter. So, this is just an indication of how the regular season, does not matter as much as a lot of people think. Some teams are just constructed to play better in the playoffs and really dedicate their mindset during that time because it's much more important to your team's legacy, really. Now back to the Knicks. So this Knicks team, although constructed to put up huge numbers on the scoreboard and can get streaky and beat anyone on any given night, really, is not the best team in the East. This is in my opinion. And just based on what different, Eastern Conference teams' cores have proven what they can do, I would still have to put the Heat and the Celtics ahead of the Knicks as well, because looking at the Celtics specifically, they still have that core of Rajon Rondo, Kevin Garnett, and Paul Pierce, who have proven what they can do. They've proven themselves over tons and tons of games, many seasons. And yes, the Celtics are getting older by the minute, really. But really no indication has been given quite yet that this is the year they'll officially be labeled too old. And also, yes, the Celtics are not playing as hot as the Knicks right now, of course. Really not anyone is. And yes, I really do think the Knicks have more talent than the Celtics on their roster from top to bottom. But, I still just don't think they're not as complete of a team as the Celtics as far as players' styles meshing well together as a unit. And until dethroned or significant indication is given in South Beach that they're not the team we all think they are, I'll have to stick to my prediction of Miami being in the finals when all is said and done, out of the Eastern Conference, really. And what I said about the Celtics, I do have to hesitate to say a little bit, because the Celtics, much like the Knicks, are making adjustments to their roster additions they made this offseason. So, we have not made we've not had a large enough sample size to truly predict which team is better than the other. And I'm not quite sold on if the Knicks are the #2 team in the East just quite yet, but I do love the additions they made in the offseason, bringing in Raymond Felton, I mean a very solid point guard who I think has some aspects of his game that Jeremy Lin does not have. I mean, they also brought in Jason Kidd, I mean, proven player, of course. Jason Kidd, legend in the sport. I mean, you brought him in to space the floor with his three-point shooting, get others involved, and provide, I mean, some much-needed leadership on the, in the Knicks locker room, that type of thing. Plus the additions of Rasheed Wallace, a talented veteran, obviously, and Marcus Camby. I mean, an underrated big man who I've always liked. I mean, ever since he played for Coach Calipari at UMass. That to go along with the great scorer J.R. Smith, who, rumor has it, is more dedicated this season than he has ever been, and has quit partying as much, going out to clubs as much, and I mean, as he had in the past. I mean, he's already an amazing player coming off the bench, but if he can be a more consistent player, like a more consistent threat on both ends of the floor, I mean, that'll be huge for them. But I mean, I've said it before to everyone that I know and everyone that I talk basketball with, that Amari Stoudemire, I mean, another problem with the Knicks that I see. I mean, I don't want to bash on the Knicks, but just another problem that I see with them is that, I mean, that Amari Stoudemire and Carmelo Anthony, I mean, although they're both great all-star type players, I mean, proven all-stars, I mean, possible Hall of Famers one day, I just simply think they're just not a very good fit for each other. I mean, when Amari was out and vice versa before Carmelo was acquired from the Denver Nuggets, I mean, each player had their best success when the other was not in the lineup. I mean, they both have such similar games. I mean, I just don't really think they fit well together. When you have two stars, there are exceptions, of course, but I mean, most of the time, what works is having two stars that complement each other. You know, they complement each other very well. I mean, instead of kind of doing almost the same thing as each other, I mean, both are also, I mean, they're kind of the ball stoppers that as you want to call them, on the offensive end of the ball. I mean, you want to be a ball stopper on the defensive end of the ball, but you don't want to be a ball stopper on the offensive end of the ball. And that's kind of what Carmelo and Amari are. Which at times, I mean, really hurts the Knicks. Instead of moving the ball, creating spacing, getting others open looks, a lot of time when the ball ends up in Amari's or Carmelo's hands, I mean, it stops. The other players kind of stand around and watch, and an isolation play is what happens. I mean, which in crunch time, under 2 minutes to go, when you need your star to get a shot for you, I mean, that's key. But in the overall flow of the game, that's what can hurt a team, really. I mean, both of them have very similar go-to moves too. They kind of, they spot up for the jump shot straight over the top of you, or they just physically kind of just drive into your chest for a layup. I mean, not a whole lot else. I don't want to hate on their game, but I mean, they're great players, but that's kind of what their games are. They're just very similar. And although, I mean, I would put Carmelo up there with some of the greatest pure scorers of this generation, definitely. But I mean, in my opinion, he's a guy who this year I really do think he'll be an MVP candidate. But I mean, I just don't think neither of them, Carmelo or Amari, as great as they are, neither, in my opinion, can really get others involved. I mean, and neither of them really play great defense, but both have way too much talent to just get rid of one of them. So the Knicks have to try to at least make it work, and to see if it works when Amari comes back. And yes, this is a great run. I mean, they have so far. I mean, this early into the season especially. But let's not do something, I mean, too similar to what we did with Jeremy Lin last year. I mean, let's all do what we all know we should do and hold off on crowning any newly constructed team, no matter who the team is or where they're located. Until our sample size is a little bit bigger. I mean, until it really deems large enough to fairly speculate on where they'll end up at the end of the season. But good news for the NBA. I mean, when a team in a major market like the New York Knicks is winning, the NBA is winning too. And it makes things very exciting. So anyways, guys, that about wraps up this video. So thanks so much for listening. And again, this is Matt, or Your Sports Station. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please take a second and give it a like rating. It literally only takes a second, and it really helps me out a ton. If you guys have any suggestions for future videos, please leave them in the comment section below. And my channel is new, so I promise to keep posting videos with commentary on a regular basis. So if you would like to subscribe, I can promise you I will be putting up a lot of really good stuff. Thanks again, guys, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.